ladies and gentlemen, boys and the girls, welcome to Ox Plays. Today we are going to be flying the Pelican in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This was a new free download by Microsoft. I don't know exactly why it's coming out now. Obviously, the last Halo game came out a while ago, so I was surprised to see it on the home screen as the featured download. I didn't realize it was by Microsoft until I downloaded it. But it's a pretty neat craft. They give you, I think, like 15 liveries, and I've flown it twice just to practice with it. I'm not particularly good with it, but we're going to give it a go and show you guys the craft in action. It's a beautiful ship, though. It is beautiful. They really did a good job with the modeling of it, which you would expect, obviously. But yeah, it looks really good. So we are going to do a short flight. Where are we at here? I think this is Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio. We're going to be flying to San Marcos Regional Airport, which is where I went to school for college. And we're starting cold and dark, and we're going to go through the checklist, get this bad boy started, and get her in the air. So let's see what we got. All right, looking at the checklist, very small checklist here. Let's see if we can make this a little bit smaller to take up less space. All right, first and foremost, flight controls, free and clear. Everything's good there. They are animated, which is nice. Power levels, check. They're at 0. They kind of make a noise when you throw up like that, but that is a-okay. Now, battery, we're going to turn that on. It's going to get the ship starting. And we're also going to turn on our avionics master switch there. We're just going to turn on all of our tech stuff. Now, just showing you guys a little bit of stuff here. We have this panel here. We have the radar map option, the synth vision, or the camera vision. Camera is unavailable. We also have some switches here. I'll be honest, I don't know what these do, but this switch here on the back deploys the ramp on the back, and you get a fully detailed interior there, which is really cool. This switch here changes us from hover mode to flight mode. We'll take a look at that later. The LDG, that's our landing gear. And here on this panel, we have different comm and nav stuff that we can switch between. We have the different lighting stuff here, so we'll turn those on. We also have some different engine stuff, so as we rotate the yoke here, we get some different orientation of where the thrust is working. We have fuel information. The electricity panel does not work. We also have some things here, I think for autopilot, but I don't know. The buttons work, but I don't know that autopilot is actually working at present. All right, so now with the starting engine page, parking brake is set. We'll just confirm that. Yeah, it looks like it's set. I believe it's this here. We'll just double check. It was that. Power levers are set to idle. That is correct. The fuel shutoff valves, which are here, we'll go ahead and open those. The strobe lights and the engine starters, we have all these on. These are the lights on the exterior of the craft, so the wing lights there, the landing light right at the nose, green light there, and the anti-collision light. So this lets everybody know we're getting ready to take off. Those are checked. The engine starter, we'll turn these on, so engine 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we will watch those begin to spool up here, and you'll begin to hear it also. There's not really a lot of documentation about this, but I don't know what the correct percentage is for powered flight, but we will kind of let that simmer for a bit. Taking a look at the radar there. Let's see. Not a lot of interaction here with this screen that I can see. So we're spooled up to about 2%. Take a look at the outside. So we're getting 10% power. Turn the volume down a bit on the recording. coming up to 20%. I believe 20% is idle on this ship, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be good to begin using the engines. We'll go to generators. We'll turn on generator 1, 2, and the alternator, turn on that. We got everything ready for takeoff. Beacon lights, we do have those on. Parking brake release, which will be this switch down here. And we're ready to go. So, let's just sit up a bit in the plane, and we'll give her some thrust. About 55% is what we need. There we go. Now this is hover mode, which is really interesting. I don't understand fully how to land this craft. There's not a ton of, like I said, it's not a ton of material out there, but she hovers beautifully. We got our landing gear that pulled up. This is the animation for the landing gear, which looks really neat. Go ahead and pull that back up. Hovers great like you'd expect. You can do a little bit of maneuvering here. Show you guys how that looks. So there's not really a taxi mode in this, which obviously I don't think you would expect. But we'll go ahead and give her some juice, bring those up to 100%, and we'll begin going to San Marcos. Now you can see the hover, you're going up, but if you want to begin into the actual, what is it? The powered flight mode, you're going to want to flick that switch. You'll then begin to accelerate. And the journey that we're taking isn't a super long trip, so we'll just enjoy our time together. I didn't want to do a super long trip because I did like a half-hour flight yesterday that I was trying to record. And you can see we're getting the overspeed warning there, so we'll cancel that, drop our speed a touch. The reason why I want to do a short flight is I did a long one and totally crashed, and it was kind of a, I don't know, not the greatest recording, I think. So we'll do a short flight. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I love the visibility on this craft. Great visuals. We'll show you guys a look here. So this is the sort of the heads-up display. They call it synth vision. You also have the cam vision, which is really neat. I actually really enjoy the way that looks. We'll switch to synth vision though. Actually, we'll go to radar map because I need to see where we need to go. Taking a look on the outside. Beautiful, beautiful. You'll love to see it. Drop speed just a bit. Yeah, this is a fun plane to fly. I haven't really been able to play a lot of the multiplayer stuff, but apparently this plane, or this ship, whatever you want to call it, is all the rage on you know, places like the Grand Canyon, like places where you really want to be hovering to look at things. And some of the more hardcore simmers are a little upset about that. I think it's neat, to be honest. Like, you know, this and the Dark Star, they're both fictional crafts, but they're just incredibly fun. And I do want to do a video on the Dark Star. I just I haven't seen Top Gun yet, and I want to be able to talk about it during the video. And I don't know, I feel like I want to see the movie first. But the Dark Star is incredibly fun to fly. Mach 10 is ridiculous. So, yeah, really fun plane to fly this, the Pelican. With that, we got the, what is this? I got a little, oh, you can open the door back there. That's really cool. I did not know that. So I wonder, let's go back straight. If we open this, nah, that's, I was hoping it would let us, oh, we can, look at that. Wow. I honestly did not know you could do that. Alright, let's close the back door. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome. And we're almost at our destination. We're at 6,000 feet. I don't know what the ceiling is on this, but the top speed is around 400 knots. It's 350, 400. It kind of starts barking at you. But yeah, this is such a fun craft to fly. A little difficult to land, like I mentioned earlier, but I mean, this to me, you know, for a free download by Microsoft, I mean, what a download, right? What a download. It's free. The Top Gun expansion was free as well. It's super fun to use. Um, the landing challenges weren't super cool, and like the low flying things, you know. But it's free. The Dark Star was really fun. I've flown it quite a bit. Had a ton of fun with it. It's probably one of my favorite planes just to mess around with. As we get closer to landing, we'll flick this switch down to get into the hover mode. The jet stuff you'll see is going to start rotate 90 degrees downwards, and it'll put us into hover mode. Oh, look at that. Maybe the autopilot does work. I could have sworn I had so much trouble getting this thing to work earlier. But yeah, we're almost there. We're going to continue following. Let's see, we got heading, autobank, vertical speed mode, up, down, alt, auto throttle, flight level control, and autopilot engage. So interesting. When I tried it the day one, none of these were working for me, so that's interesting. And we're almost at San Marcos Regional. Should be almost 90 degrees to the right. We'll begin our bank. And like I said, landing this is kind of interesting. I'm still very new to it. But this stream is going really well, so if I crash, I crash. And we'll just all get to laugh about it. So let's give us a little bit of rudder. We'll also begin kind of losing some altitude. Yeah, I went to school at San Marcos, Texas State. Wonderful campus, wonderful city, and I do miss it. I do miss it. So sometimes I fly around here just for fun. All right, we're coming up on the regional airport here. All right, look at that. Now, is that the airport here? Oh no, here it is to the right. I see. And it's weird because when you land this, you don't land it obviously like a plane. You land it like a helicopter, so you kind of just pick where you want to land. But we're getting pretty close. So what I think I want to do now is lower my throttle just a bit, and we'll switch the jets to hover mode. And I guess we'll take it in the last bit of the way in hover mode. Give us a little bit more juice, though. I find that in hover mode, I feel like you really need a little bit more on the throttle to stay, you know, to kind of maintain your altitude. Here, let's go back to flight mode just a little bit. Get a little bit closer. And we'll kind of pick a landing spot. We'll switch to cam vision and bring it in nice and close. I think we'll land somewhere over here, hopefully. Alright, let's switch to hover mode. Get that landing gear down. And it is kind of hard to land this thing, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of hard to really see what you're doing and to have an accurate idea of your altitude. So I will cheat just a little bit and go out of the cockpit. We'll begin bringing it down just a bit. We'll keep an eye on our vertical speed there on the left, MFD. And I want to make it hover right before the landing just to show you guys the hover ability. So you can imagine in Halo, you know, they bring these things down, see how low we can get without crashing. I think that's good enough. They open this. Oh, not that. Where's the back? Open that. And then all the peeps get in. Just like that. Just like the game. Look at that. Maybe a little lower, but you get the idea. Yeah, what a fun little ship. And it's free too, which is fantastic. Here, let's pull this up. We'll land it properly, then we'll put the the thing down again. Alright, there we go. Get our power down. Show you guys that one more time. That's so neat that it's fully detailed in the interior. And I wonder, let's go to the camera settings here. I wonder if they have, let's see, external 4. Yeah, they do have that view from inside the or inside the thing, which is interesting. So that's cool. Go ahead and close these doors, and then we'll get it shut down. I also appreciate that the sound changes when you open and close those. I love those little attention to details. So if I am not mistaken, we'll turn off master generator, turn off aux gen 1, 2, and I don't know how to turn the engines off, but we'll figure it out together. Close the fuel lines there. That'll probably do, yeah. Engines will spool down, and we'll turn off our lights here. And we have the master avionics and master battery. So yeah, quick little flight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is definitely a fun little free thing that you guys can get for supporting Microsoft Flight Simulator. And yeah, it's you know, worth the download, worth a few flights. You know, mess around with it, have yourself a few hours of fun. And worst case, you really like it and you play it more often. But for me, this is a craft that's been added to my regular rotation. It's super fun. You know, I'm excited to kind of push the limits of it. You know, maybe put in the Grand Canyon, do some low-level flight, quick drop-off stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed